Alright, Cosmic Gang, whole lot of gang shit, ninth dimensional strange shit. You know, I gotta say the intro, we are in the building today. This is pretty exciting. So, well, life is exciting. Not this topic is annoying kind of, but life is exciting anyway. So basically, I did a breakdown, a decoding of this video, and the video WAP or WAP or whatever the fuck, WAP, from Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, and a lot of people were going crazy over this, and they thought it was dope. The fucking programming of just the repetitive, yeah, it is beautiful. I'm about to go outside myself. That's why I said I'm gonna do this real quick and then head out. The repetitive nature of the lyrics and the background lyrics really stood out to me, and that was something that wasn't really even spoken on. But it's obviously not nothing kids or anything. I mean, their music, their content is really not for kids, but this programming was deeper, more malignant, and more morose than anything I've seen in a long time, honestly. So we're just gonna get into it really quick. I did do an email on this, and then I have the link to the email on my page, so I'm actually going to scroll through that while I do this, and while we sort of like, you know, go through what the programming is. So I basically started off by talking about the just what symbolism is, and basically that your first spiritual house, how the purpose of symbols, how you can program a symbol, and to use your discernment. Now the thing is, a symbol is like any tool. I could say this water bottle is a symbol, right? And I can say that, okay, this water bottle is the water that's contained in here is gonna nourish my body, right? The water that's contained in here is gonna give me an abundance of energy. It's gonna give me love. I can put that energy on here, and now this is sacred. Anything you touch, because you're sacred, anything you touch, your energy turns sacred. Or I could curse this water and then give it to someone and have them drink that energy. And there was a study done on that with the water crystals, and how when you speak to certain water crystals and stuff, it actually affects the ice crystals that form. So we're starting off with that, essentially. And basically I wanted to start off with that so that you guys are aware of how important it is to really trust your intuition. And I know a lot of people are really not going to see this till tomorrow, and that's totally fine. Once again, have your own experience. I'm only going to go through some main stuff. We went through, I want to say 16 or 17 images on the email link. It's on my page. So we went through about 16 or 17 images. When I do post this on YouTube, I'll make sure that the link is either in the description, or I'll make sure that it's in the comments below. So the first thing we get is WAP in a front gate. So somebody brought it to my attention, Gail, shout out to her. Somebody brought it to my attention that, so we're entering a gateway. Remember, a house is the mind. So this whole thing that we're entering into is they're trying to enter into your mind. So they're reflecting it back to you in the reality, in the hopes that you create what they want you to create. So the first image of the gateway leads to a house. The gateway, hey, what's up, sis? Yeah. I'm glad you're here, Sharon. The gateway, so right here, let me start over. So when we get into the gateway, they're attempting to get consent to send, because we're not even touching the head yet. We're literally still before that, to send these WAP or wireless application protocol, which is used through a radio frequency. So this is basically the internet, like Wi-Fi. It's internet in the air. Thank you. I had to do it for 8-8. You know, I had to put my big cats on today. So basically, there's internet in the air, and they're basically saying that through your phone, also, which is a terminal, a portal for that internet. And most people are watching videos like this on their phone. So they're like, they're basically telling they're asking you without asking you. If you know the symbols, you can say, I don't consent. I'm going to watch the programming, but I don't consent. So it's important to use your voice and to voice like what you consent with and what you don't. So basically WAP is a wireless application protocol. This resonates with a certain frequency. So they're saying that we want to send you this frequency. So we see that's the first thing when we are at the front gate. And after we hit the front gate, and I said on a side note that WAP seems to be a mind control technology connected in with 5Yi and the Internet of Things. And then I said more research is needed to confirm this. But I think that it's because this type of coding makes your internet faster, I think that it would coincide actually with 5G, because I did a little research on it. It's a type of coding too, but it's what allows your internet and things to be wireless essentially. So then they're trying to send you their frequency, right? So we started off with that. Now the flower portal, when we look, there's like an arching before you get to the fountain, and there's an arching and there are flowers. So I was like, why is there flowers there? So when I looked, I was like, okay, so there has to be a portal before we get to our pineal gland, right? That's actually through the forehead. So, and all this was like channeled, like spirit was really like giving me chills every time I was right. So you have sinuses right here, you know, here, other areas of the face, but there are sinuses, 2 of them, right here. So when you get a sinus headache, you might go like this and be like touching your head, but it actually is cradling your third eye, or Anja chakra. So it's cradling your third eye. So they're trying to, basically they're going through your sinuses first to get to your third eye, and then or your pineal gland, and the fountain in the middle is representing the pineal gland. But what are they sending, right? So that's what we have to stick with. They're sending their frequency to activate or vibrate the waters, because your pineal gland, when you start vibrating it with I'm vibrating my own energy. I'm in control of my own waters. I'm awakening my own pineal gland with my own frequencies. So they're basically like, well, we want to awaken your pineal gland, your third eye vision, your gateway to heaven with our frequency. And this is a frequency that traps souls. This whole video was really about soul trapping. That's why the water is there. A lot of people don't realize that your pineal gland actually has water in it, and it also creates a like this liquid. So that's what they would call the mana, or the it's like a very like white, like sappy sort of liquid. It kind of reminds me of like honey or something like that. Okay, I'm just basically looking through this to look through my notes. So the house, so then they get to your pineal gland, right? So now they hit your pineal gland. The next thing you see is the water flowing through and the doors. And on the door knob, like the door knock, are 2 lions. So that's obviously the Lion's Gate portal. The waters coming in are representing the cosmic energy that's coming into, what's it coming into? Your pineal gland. So they're like, okay, we're going to try and get you to manipulate this cosmic energy for our agenda, for what we want. So this is why it's important at this time to be protecting your energy. And if you're not protecting your energy, you're going to allow yourself to be manipulated. Like I said, we do not consent. Do not consent. Within yourself, be rebellious. Within yourself, be a revolutionary. Don't consent to somebody trying to manipulate your energy and your perception like this, okay? So then we're going to move on. And the first scene we see is Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion in pink and yellow. And the thing is, if you notice, it's a little off kilter. So when I went like this, I'm like, okay, so they're tilting it to the left. The left is the side of logic in the mind. Pink and yellow together create orange. That's the sacral chakra. And it was just weird how like the themes kept coming out throughout the video, so I knew I was right because it was confirming. And they basically were building upon this energy. The energy that they're starting off with is what they started actually building upon. So left is your logical side of your mind. So, okay, so, and now something's off, right? It's left, it's off on the logical side of your mind. And then now we know that they're trying to use these women to manipulate the sacral energy, the sexual energy. That's obvious. But they even go so far as to want to put that energy into a lower vibrational reptilian consciousness. So that they must be starving at this time. There must be so many people waking up that these archonic energies and forces really don't have food here. And this ritual will fail as well. I'm putting it out there with my own voice that this ritual is going to fail. That they will not be successful like they want to be. That the energy is actually going to turn back on them. So let's put that out together, Ashe, and set an intention for this energy to not be successful, and for even more people to claim their soul sovereignty, for even more people to see the truth, and for even more people to see through the bullshit and the lies that they're trying to feed us. So the fact that okay, through the pineal gland now is okay. Sacral chakra, so sexual creative energies. Okay, the tilt to the left in the background represents an imbalance in the mind. This is an attempt to get our minds not to think logically or with an energy of discernment and wisdom. The snakes are dealing with the reptilian consciousness. It's not Kundalini energy because it's not in the right space for that. We're dealing with the mind. That's what the house actually represents. Baby blue is a lighter hue of the primary color blue. Blue represents authenticity, wisdom, protection from archonic spirits. Archangel Michael represented with the color blue, especially royal blue. So, and he's a protector, right? That's an aspect of our own energy that actually protects us. So there, and to make it baby blue is to mute the energy, and then I'm going to take it and make you off kilter. I'm going to make your logic off kilter. So after they brought us into this mind fuck of a video, then they're using the colors and the symbolism to literally take away your sovereignty, and by taking away your protection, your wisdom, by taking away your ability to think logically. Now, the floor has the white and black zigzag pattern. Now, that was interesting to me because they usually do just a normal checkerboard. The zigzag pattern, from my perception, and any of you more than welcome to leave comments and interject, because this is a multi-dimensional language. It's a multidimensional message, and it's really important that we all are getting together and talking about it and putting in our own input and ideas of what we were seeing. So when we look at the floor, you see the black and white zigzag, and I'm like, well, I know this is because they know that there's a blending of light and dark consciousness, this light and dark consciousness actually becoming one. I feel like this is a manipulation of the gray energy, or the gray wizard, which is actually being on the middle path. Being a gray wizard or dealing with gray energy is being on the middle path and using your discernment. The opposite of that energy, the inversion of that energy, is confusion. So you can see how they're trying to use this energy. You don't want to watch this video. You can just read the email. I took screenshots. It's disgusting. Yes, any rituals formed against us shall fail. And then to mute, just the most insidious thing, to mute wisdom, to mute logic, to take away Archangel Michael, to take away our own protective energies and our own ability to even use our throat chakra. Think about that. That's muting your throat chakra. That's muting where your truth and your authenticity is spoken from. I'm going to speak louder now. Like, please, this had me so tight when I was watching this. Like, I was tight. Like, y'all, I don't get mad like that. But when I started decoding, I was like, yo. So the tiger room was the next scene that we went to. One tiger is in a sexually compromised, yo, what's up, Cosmic Gang? One tiger was being sexually compromised by another tiger. And then when we looked at it again, there was 3 tigers in there. This is why I wore my tiger, because I'm representing for this particular spirit animal and putting them in their rightful place. Okay, this is our spiritual warrior. This is a symbol of our spiritual warrior that's being defiled. This is a symbol of our spiritual warrior that's being incapacitated. This is a symbol of our spiritual warrior that's being taken and being turned into incapacitated through murky, creative, sexual energies taking our sexual energy, our orange chakra energy, and making it dirty and making it undesirable, okay? Please protect yourselves. Like I said, I wore this shirt today to put this energy in its right place. These people are trying to manipulate the spiritual warrior. They want to put you back to sleep, and that theme comes up more than one time. So when we see the tigers, the room with the tigers, once again, the walls on the side are baby blue. We already know that that's a taking away of wisdom, of spiritual protection, of logic, okay? The floor in there is a light blue. Same thing. The floor in there is light blue. Same thing. Closing down of the throat chakra, taking away our spiritual protection, taking away logic, muting it. Essentially, they're trying to mute that energy. What else? So, and I said many are connecting with Lyrian energies at this time. The sex act that was taking place in this room, and then you have the murky water in the background, was to try and take away that warrior energy and invert it. Like the energy is being dominated, and then that sexual energy, that creative energy that creates the world, is being murkied. It's being dirty. That's essentially, think about that. That's essentially what they're telling you. We want you to do this with your energy. We want you to stop being spiritual warriors. We want you to stop speaking out. We want you to stop fucking us up. And instead, just have sex. Just fucking do whatever you want to do. We want to try and take your sexual creative energy, your power that manifests your reality, and now we're gonna make that energy dirty so we can have food. Okay, you gotta understand, this is spiritual warfare. This is not a joke. And the tiger as a spirit animal. Let me get to this on the side. Okay. The tiger as a spirit animal represents personal strength, wisdom, willpower, courage, raw emotion, and aggression. Like I said. And then to trap that energy in a room. They're trying to trap the spiritual warriors. This is when we need to get up and get up more than anything. I can't even talk. I'm so mad. This is when we need to speak out more than ever. This is when we need to be disobedient within ourselves. This is when we need to be rebellious within ourselves, because this is honestly a violation of your mind. This is a violation of your consciousness. Please do not consent to this type of activities. Now we're going to get to the snake pit. So this was an activation after they have attacked your spiritual warrior, your protection, your wisdom, your logic. Now let's move on and let's attack your let's activate the reptilian cord in your brain by putting these depraved sexual acts in the snake pit. The snake pit does not represent Kundalini energy. You have to look at the rest of the symbols to understand things like this. The snake pit is actually representing, activating the lower vibrational energies, because those entities, we're fucking winning. That means those entities are actually starving right now. If they have to do all this and they have to actually get inside and try and create a firmament over your consciousness and the consciousness of the all, that means they're losing. That means that the world is ascending. That means that consciousness in this reality is rising. Okay? That's awesome. Thank you, Joan. Thank you, Ashley, for doing rituals and for putting in your energy for soul sovereignty for all beings. So the reptilian cord of the brain resonates with fear, survival consciousness, socially approved action, self-preservation, reproduction, and fighting. So they put these women in here, right? Especially you're going to put sisters, right? In here to activate this aspect of the brain for survival consciousness through the activation of lower sexual primal responses. This is a mind fuck. Literally. All right. That's what these motherfuckers are doing to you when they're putting out these videos and they're trying to program people. Now, then after that, it's strange because the camera angle changes and goes down, like into a basement, like maybe, some pizza type conversation that's been exposed all this year. Okay. Underground bunkers or some shit like that. So hey, what's up, Ryan? So then we get there and the room is lime green and like an offshoot of purple. It's not really purple. It's almost like a deep blue or like an offshoot of purple and lime green. So this is the factory. All right. You got to understand that green and blue are the primary colors of the world. So when we take green, that's normally calming and relaxing and it makes you tranquil, we turn it into lime green. That's an inversion of the energy. And the inversion of the energy actually makes that energy, and we're talking about the factory scene, that actually makes that energy, it's an activation. It actually is to wake you up, to hype you up, to entice you. So these colors are put here purposely to entice you. And then you have the blue there, and that's what did I say? This is the frequency of magic, illusion, and then it furthers creativity. So, okay, you know what? We want to mind fuck you, and we want you to create this reality for us. That's what the fuck they're saying. You create the reality for us. And the fact that it's a factory, and it's mechanic, and it's automated, is showing you that they're actually wanting to put another false layer over this reality. Yeah, like a Willy Wonka sex factory. They want to put another false layer over the natural reality, over the creatrix, which is different from the matrix. It's a creatrix. This is connecting with nature, connecting with the mother. We can connect with nature and ascend this reality if we wanted to. I need you guys to understand this message right now. Like, I need you to really understand. Then we get fucking Kylie fucking Jenner, Miss fucking Witch, while a Wicked Witch of the West, her motherfucking self coming through, right? And then you had that whole Tory Lanez, look, a bitch is mad, okay? You had the whole Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion debacle. And when that shit happened with the Tory Lanez and the Megan Thee Stallion debacle, Kylie Jenner was the one who called the cops, and she was fucking hiding, okay? And then you gotta think that ritual, because Megan Thee Stallion was bleeding, that was a ritual for a blood sacrifice. Blood had to be spilt. Some of her blood had to be spilt because she doesn't realize it. They might not physically kill her, but in this video, it's empirical proof that they're actually sacrificing her energy. So, or maybe not empirical. For me, it's empirical because I can resonate with the shit. So when she comes in as a handler. When Kylie Jenner comes in, she comes out as a handler. She comes in as a madame. And she's actually initiating Cardi B into the MK Ultra sex kitten programming. Okay? Meg's initiation was into death. This is actually the beginning of the end for her in one aspect. Yeah, I already talked about that. So then we get into Cardi B. Obviously, she was going fucking crazy, whatever. They probably already did a ritual, and she was probably already on the energy. And this is an aspect of the ritual. And actually, the energy from Megan Thee Stallion is being eaten and transferred to Cardi B in this ritual. That's what this is about. This is the only time in the video where they're actually separate. The rest of the video, they're actually twinning. So this part of the video, when they're separate, Megan Thee Stallion represents a white tiger, which does not exist in nature. So it's actually draining her energy. This is a drain of her energy. So when we pay attention to her in that scene, she is taking our energy as well and then giving that to Cardi B. So it's a draining of energy from one person and then transferring it over to the next as part of the ritual, as part of the programming. So then the next scene we get is I call it the firmament. I call it the firmament because you have the women dressed in black. Then you have water at their feet, and it looks like an aurora borealis, but it's the layer in between is glass. Glass actually separates energies. Glass actually is a blocker of energy. Quartz can still transfer energy. Glass actually blocks energy. So if you understand these principles of the things around you, the natural world, then you'll understand what they're doing. So this is creating a new firmament, and the women represent archons that are actually in between. So the archons are actually in between and in the Bible the Yaldabaoth God separated the waters. So it separated the water, so it created water on earth and water in the heavens, and then they put themselves in between as God. So then we get to the next scene, which is the girl in the room. So because there's no more firmament, so they're trying to get us to create a new one for them so that we can't have access to the divine, but we're not going to trap ourselves anymore. Then the next scene, we have the girl with the umbrella, right? So it's like water, the umbrella. Because of the Rihanna video, I've come to understand umbrellas as a symbol of financial loss or a financial crisis. Now they're using that, a financial loss, some sort of financial crisis, obviously what's going on with the economy at this time, to trap our melanin, or our God particle that exists within us. Every soul, even if you're light skin, white skin, whatever, you probably have an overabundance of neuromelanin. And this is the God particle. This is when I teach you to go into your dantian, your heart, and your pineal gland, and channel and go behind those chakras that we know about, and channel in your higher self, your divine essence into your body. I'm teaching you how to actually merge with your higher self. So they take the balls in there, they're like grayish black, they're representing the melanin. The girl is representing a gatekeeper, and then you have the two Roman statues in the back that are representing the Roman gods, which killed the Titans, and they're trying to guard that energy now. So they put the spiritual warrior to sleep. They're trying to recreate the firmament. They're trying to put the Titans back to sleep, essentially, on this part of the video. Now let's move on. Then we have the end of the video. Well, it's getting closer to the end, where you have the room with the balloons, the girl in red, and then the girl in blue, and there was a girl that wore brown as well, and I think that was just like a shout out or whatever. It could be too that they want to use more sisters for stuff like this, and they want to use the old version of carbon. They don't want people tapping into their melanin and spiritual energy. Now, this room with the girl with the blue, and I think she's another IG chick or whatever. The girl with the blue, with the balloons, and they have griffins. Gold statues of griffins. Griffins are known as the lords of air and earth. Balloons represent soul, sovereignty. They represent freedom. They represent like expansion. So when you take balloons, and so each balloon is actually representing an individual person, an individual soul. They're trapping them in a room, which is again creating that firmament. We're gonna trap your souls here, and then we're gonna become the lords of air and earth again. So they're really trying to have us create a spiritual structure for them. The girl in red was very disturbing to me. This means that they want to continue child trafficking. They want to continue eating children. They want to continue blood sacrifice. It may remind me of the Pope having red shoes, and there have been people that have found evidence that the Pope's red shoes actually used to be children. That actually was children that they skinned, and they fucking made shoes out of them because they're so fucking disgusting. These people are disgusting. These people are disgusting. I can't even do it. And then we also have the red and blue agenda. The reason why even the Gryffindor, the Griffin or the Griff from Gryffindor is not it could be Kundalini, or it could just be the reptilian. You gotta read the other symbols. So the thing is, red and blue even come up in police lights and stuff like that. Democrats, Republicans, all that stuff. Red and blue, when you mix it together, you get purple. Purple is a spiritual consciousness. Purple is oneness. Purple is healing. Purple is amethyst. If you're into Star Wars, the amethyst lightsaber is purple, and that's wielded by Mace Windu, and he can wield dark and light energy. So they're taking basically red and blue and separating them so that you can never find oneness or wholeness. So this is a way of fragmenting the consciousness. So instead of finding wholeness, now you're sort of going into a space where you're separating your own energies. And I don't want you all to be doing that. So yeah, that's basically okay. So basically this whole video was a literal mindfuck. This was meant to hack into people's consciousness, to take control of their crown chakra, to recreate the firmament, to vibrate your pineal gland the way they wanted to, with their consciousness, with their energy weapons. And I need you to not consent to that. I need you guys to make a promise to yourselves that you won't consent to somebody else taking control of your mind. I need you to make a promise to yourselves today that you're going to be sovereign over your own soul. And nobody else will ever be sovereign over you. I need you to do that for me. I need you to do that even more for yourselves. Because propaganda like this should not exist. Propaganda like this shouldn't be influencing children or teenagers or anybody for that matter. This was absolutely horrifying. And to sit here and spend so much time writing it, I'm very detailed, especially when it comes to decoding and stuff like this, which is why I don't do it too often. But to sit here and see, they're losing because this is desperate. So to sit here and see somebody trying to block ascension and block you from a higher consciousness. I mean, I've been having the craziest dreams lately where I'm literally the leader of like a group of people and I'm saving everyone and we all use magic and stuff. So I mean, and like in the dream, I'm like saving people and I'm like, is this a parallel reality that's merging with this one at this time? I don't know. All I'm saying is that this was disgusting. So I'm going to read some of your guys' comments. Cardi B, she can't use Kali energy on a lower consciousness like that. She's using a fake version. My lip gloss coming off like that, but I got the one that stays on usually. That's a fake version of Kali energy, and yes, it's twinning, quantum entanglement. The two worlds are here, aka Pisces Vesica. Okay, Joe is on point with this. The reason why I say Cardi B can't use Kali energy because Kali energy, you can imitate it, but to actually embody it, Kali energy vibrates your cells. I've known because I've channeled her before. When her energy comes into your body, it vibrates your cells. And if you don't have any sort of spiritual capacity to handle that energy, it'll rip your cells apart. You could die actually dealing with her energy. Harry Potter, snake or kundalini. In this case, they were trying to usurp the snake, and they know people are going to say, oh, kundalini, but it wasn't kundalini. It was actually trying to activate and hijack, reactivate the reptilian cord of the brain so that you're in a lower consciousness because they need you in a lower consciousness to feed. This is spiritual warfare, guys. Okay, I knew something was up once I saw the white tigers. That's when I stopped looking at the ass and started paying attention to actual symbolism. Yep, they're using that ass as a distraction. Because remember, now that you know this, now that you go watch the video, I'll take the volume and put it all the way down. Say I'm wrong. Go watch the video for yourself. Once you know this stuff, you can't unsee it. You literally can't unsee it. You're going to be like, what the fuck is this shit? And the reason why they put the show, the ass, the distractions in your face like that, first of all, they're calling your mind a whorehouse. I don't know about you, but my consciousness is not a whorehouse. They got so tired of us calling ourselves sacred and saying that our temples and our body is sacred that they literally are just like dissing you on the fucking repetitive shit in the background. This is a whorehouse. Your mind is a whorehouse. Whore your energy out. That's what that shit is saying. This is bullshit. Anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if Megan Thee Stallion looks very, very washed up in the next year, or if she's gone. I'm just saying. Because that was a, they not slick. That was a direct violation of her energy, and she doesn't know any better, so she's thinking, oh, no one's making money right now? Oh, we must be the lucky ones because we're the one that know. The reason why Kylie Jenner didn't walk into your room, and the reason why she fucking unfollowed you on Instagram is because you're being used, bitch. You're being fucking played. She literally, Megan Thee Stallion got shot in the foot. On both her feet, she said. Like Jesus, by the way. Okay, so she's a fucking ritual sacrifice. So she gets shot in the foot. Kylie Jenner unfollows her. Doesn't make any sense because she's the victim. If anything, if that's a friend, they should be there for you more than ever at that time. And then in this video, she's going in the room that Cardi B's in and initiating her into the Sect Kitten and MK Ultra programming. And they put Megan with a white tiger that does not exist in nature. It's impossible to exist in nature. So all that is them draining her spiritual energy and draining her melanin and giving it to Cardi B. That's why Cardi was so hyped. That's why Cardi's playing nice and shit, because she knows that this bitch is a sacrifice. This bitch is just a fucking sacrifice to them. That's it. The Umbrella Academy Netflix can't benefit, yes, especially the feminine. That's where they were trying to, that's where they're always wanting, because first they oppress women to a point that our sexual energy is so oppressed that it really fucks with us. Then the opposite end, they go ahead and go, oh, be as sexual, be as free, be as whatever as you want. So that's a way of playing like a mind game. That's a way of playing like a mind game with women. Where, yes, I'm in my sexual energy. Yes, I can be as fucking free as I want. Yeah, I can do it, but that doesn't mean that I want to do that. You know what I mean? And it's not even about us sisters. Like me and my sisters, I'm so proud of you guys. So many of you commented on the post this morning. And I was like, yes, my fucking sisters are on point. My fucking sisters are coming through. Like, we need more sisters to really, really get these messages and start spreading it out and start putting a higher consciousness in the world. Because there's so many sisters out here that are lost. And that are dumb, and that are by no fault of their own, because the system is created a certain way to make you feel bad about your skin color. Fuck out of here. It's not even about skin color. It's about your soul. You know what I mean? So it's done in such a manipulative way. I've studied psychology since I was fucking 18 years old. Okay? Like, I know what these fucking people are doing. And I'm on your side, because I know so much that I could go and do what they do and do it better, but I refuse. Because I have inner integrity. Because my mission is not to sell you people out. My mission is to help you. That's why at the end I put my little readings and stuff. And if y'all already know, if you need a reading, Akashic record reading, cord cutting, you need me to fucking go ahead and pull some fucking entities off you, bitch, hit me up. I will do it. Okay. Beautiful. I'm just checking out some more of your guys' stuff before I go. Oh, that's so beautiful, Ashley. I'm glad that you watched that. As soon as I heard that Lyrian stuff, I was like, oh my god, this is so her. Alright, I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna come back down. New Cardi was done when she stopped saying that the government was the reason for Corona. She even stopped going live. Yeah. Who unfollowed Jesus? Judas. Kylie is Judas. Yeah. They're all, and those are all symbols. They're symbols of what's to come. No, they're symbols of what they want to come. All we have to do is claim our sovereignty. Obviously, the vibration on the planet is getting too high for them to exist here. So, guys, this is confirmation that what we're doing, our meditations, our healing, helping each other, it doesn't seem like a lot, but obviously it's having an impact if they have to put out a video that's this overt. They're literal gods, quote unquote gods, lowercase g, fucking guarding melanin in a fucking music video. Get the fuck out of here. What kind of bullshit is this? Like, for real, for real. So I'm gonna go. After this live, I'll post the link, or just go to my page and I'll post the link. It was actually from MailChimp, so I was able to share the link from the email, which was great, because then I could get it out to more people. If you are on my email list, you've already gotten this. Just check your, you might have to check your spam. Yeah, we are. We're going to have to keep stepping on their necks, because the fact that we're reclaiming our energy, the fact that we're hiring our consciousness, hiring our vibration, we're hiring our vibration to such a frequency that they can no longer feed on us. We're actually gonna imagine we could reawaken the plants and the stars, and a lot of you are seeing it already in your reality, where you can start seeing entities and connecting with this, interfacing with this reality in a new way. You guys are doing it, and I'm super proud of you, and just keep doing your work and keep helping as many people as you can. All right. Cosmic Gang. Yeah, message me your guys' email. I'll add you to the list. I love you guys. Peace.